South Africa's Minister of Agriculture John Steenhuisen, leader of the Democratic Alliance in the United States for President Ramaphosa's visit, met with officials, a U.S. trade representative yesterday, and made an effort to ensure that South African goods don't become subject to the 31% reciprocal tariff that Trump is going to apply in about 6 weeks after the grace period ends. His commentary, about 10 minutes, being interviewed by a race-obsessed Newsroom Africa commentator, not really a journalist. She's actually pontificating rather than simply asking questions. Was handled pretty well by Steenhuisen, who obviously understands politics and seems to be a little bit brighter than most of the people who are in the GNU at this stage, understanding the international ramifications, geopolitical impacts of what's going on. That said, he did pivot when asked a question and start talking about crime instead of about why refugees have come to America. And it's a bit disappointing to hear that the crime in rural areas is no different than anywhere else in the world. I beg to differ. We don't have the level of horrific crime, murders, tortures, and assassinations of rural Americans that South Africa has. So I think that trying to equate the extremely horrific crime in South Africa in the rural areas with other parts of the world because people are isolated is disingenuous and not accurate. South Africa has a unique crime program, or problem, I should say, a unique crime problem that needs to be addressed. But by and large, Minister Steenhuisen's comments were spot on the money, and he's addressing things that need to be addressed. It's a shame that South Africa waited 6 weeks before they sent someone over here to actually discuss these issues. Agriculture and automotive industry ought to have had representatives over here a long time ago, perhaps even the Minister of Trade, Park Stow, and of course, John Steenhuisen. They could have come over sooner to talk to the U.S., negotiate these trade deals. But they're here now. And I suppose that's what matters in the end. Will they be able to prevent 31% tariffs? We'll have to wait and see. But as I said, a 10-minute interview, largely on the money by John Steenhuisen, but his dismissing crime as a serious problem, but something much of the world suffers from, is not really the truth. That's dishonest. This is a problem that is definitely a South African problem that must be dealt with. What do you say, South Africa?